Miriam, running to the USO. I'm not too sure how you guys.
Miriam, I think it's never something, isn't it? Do you remember that number? So it's never. Do you remember? I think it's never and then the number. Do you remember the number? I'm not going to tell everybody. To log in, I use my Scent Rifles. Yes, Natalia, you can use your Scent Rifles USO. You should if you got you haven't got caps locks on or anything like that. No, not sign up. Log. Well, you can sign up. Yeah, go on then. Sign up. Yes, yes, Natalia. Sorry, Mr. Evans.
No, no problem at all. You could just delete them, however you like. That's no problem at all, Gabriella. Just if you just click on them, and then you can press delete or backspace, or you can right click and delete there. You can just if that's been the problem, then you can always delete and add them again. So I'm just going to do the same with that again. So I'm just delete this, and then go all the way back here and just add it in again, just like that.
Sorry, Dominic. How are you coming along? Is everything okay with you? Let me know how it goes, Dominic. Nice one, Dominic.
Well done, Dominic.
Just realised I'm going to just get everybody's USO.
Oh yeah, maybe yes, send them across if that's easier. Don't worry, we've got plenty of time. If you guys are having trouble logging in, this can happen every now and again. Like everything online, it doesn't always work. So just keep giving that a try. I'm going to start just moving on slightly, whilst everyone else trying to figure out how to log it back in. As soon as you guys are in, we can go over everything again, and so we'll just get everyone caught up to speed then. At the moment, I'm just going to have to plug this in again. So my audio is going to come off, and then going to come back on, and you'll be able to hear what I hear. So did you guys just hear all clicking there?
Yes, we did.
Oh, what you want? Hang on a second. Can you guys hear that microphone? Guessing not.
Yeah, we could hear that. I could hear that. Yeah, but your microphone's gone.
How about now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, and I know I could hear the music before.
Maybe not. I think it's a channel issue. Either way, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. Yeah, so that's basically that song. There is just me putting the Rave 2020 bass 01, the Beat 01, and the Synth 01 on these tracks and playing them all at the same time. Your one sounds like that, Natalia. You've done it perfectly correctly. Then, Clifford, I imagine you're on top of this. Yeah, well done, everyone, if you're there. If not, I'm just going to go through it really quickly again. So I'll just show you what I've done there. So let's delete all of these. And then we are doing, so remember Rave bass 01. And then we're going beat 01. And then, where are we? And synth 01. Perfect. Right, so we're there at the moment. And then we're just going to put it into a loop. So if you guys remember up here, they call it cycle in this program. Everyone calls it different things. In music, it's just very confusing like that. So we're just going to put a loop on here. So this one just appeared. This should turn red. So when you press play now, it should just keep looping all the way around. You should be doing what mine's doing, so just coming all the way back around.
Sorry, can I just borrow the screen share 1 second?
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep, go for it.
I'm just going to try to help Miriam and Natalia
Yeah,
for 2 seconds. Thank you. If you can just end it and then I'll grab it.
Okay, sure. No worries.
Okay, Natalia T, Miriam, here we are. So, just really quickly, where are we? When you're on Bandlab, here, I'm going to put this link on there. You need to click this link, okay? Just quickly, really quickly, guys. Click that link. I know it's got loads of writing, but if you click on it, it'll bring you to the page that I'm on. I'm going to do really quickly for you guys, okay? Then over here, you've got the G. You see where it says at the bottom, it says the colorful G. That's the Google sign. You click on that Google sign, that G, that colorful G. Let me know if you've done that. Have you done that? Miriam, Natalia T? Then it will say sign in here. Yeah? You've either got your USO that you can use to sign in, or you need to use another account. Okay? But you should have your USO there, most likely. Then click. It's not working on G. Have you clicked? Did you click the G? Did you click the G? Yeah? At the bottom here, the colorful G. Good. Natalia T, how's it? And did you log in with your USO? Miriam, if you look on my page now, if you look on my screen, at the bottom of it, it says all continue with the colorful G. You see the G there? Yeah? If you click on it, it will take you to this page like it did for me. Okay? Good. Well done. Yeah. Natalia T, did you do the same? Click on that colorful G. Okay, so you see here, colorful G at the bottom of the screen. Click on that G, and then you will be able to put in your USO. Either it should have it in front of you, most likely it will, or use another account. Natalia, you might need to refresh your page. Good. Have you make sure you haven't got capital locks on. Okay, guys. So I'm going to leave that there. I've given you the tools to get in. I'm going to hand over back to Mr. Evans. If you can't log in for now, what I suggest you do is watch what Mrs. Evans is doing. Take it in, take in notes, and then take it away in your own time and try and figure it out. All right. Okay, guys. So I'm going to hand back over to Mr. Evans. Thank you, Mr. Evans. Sorry about that.
No problem at all. No problem. Like we both said, signing in can be really difficult sometimes. Don't worry, it doesn't. These things don't always work. But yeah, if you guys can just try and follow along, it may be that logging in with something else might work. But I'm just going to carry on for now. And you guys, some of you will already know what I'm going to do anyway. So we should all have our sets of bass, beats, and synths. And it should, when you play it should sound like that in yours. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start adding effects. Now, we went through this last time, but I'm going to go through it again really quickly. Clifford, this might be something you want to look in on. I don't know how well you know this program, but yeah, maybe just have a quick look and see if it's new to you. So we're going to go to the beats here, just this middle one. And if you remember before, the three main effects were distortion, reverb, and delay. And remember, reverb and delay, there's kind of some similarities between the two. We're going to go through them all here. So don't worry if you can't remember. We're going to go over them all again. Okay, so start with, we just remember we went to recommended. We're going to start with distortion. So we're just going to do this. So it's going to give you something that looks like a BL driver. So I'm just going to go through that again real quick. So we're going to go to Rave 2020 Beat 01, whichever one that is. For me, it's in the middle. Depends on how you've added them, but just this one here, the drums basically. And then going to go down to FX effects, just here, and then add effects. And for this one, we're going to go to recommended and then driver. Just going to play so you can hear what I'm hearing.
1 second, Clifford. This is important for you, Clifford, so we can start adding effects to your songs. Okay, so yeah, if we listen to what Mr. Evans has come, Clifford, let me know if you're there as well. Okay, thank you, guys.
Now I'm just going to put it over to the audio side. So could everyone hear that, just to double check? Perfect. It doesn't seem to enjoy when I play the microphone and the music. Perfect. All right. Good to see you, Clifford. Dominic, thanks. Perfect. All right. Cheers, everyone. Just wanted to double check. So you could see how the sound changes when I'm playing with this drive tone bars here. Now, basically, all we're doing is making the sound, I guess, crunchier with distortion is the best way of putting it. But you can also make it sound kind of louder, and it'll kind of cut through certain parts of the mix nicer. So play around with that as you want to on your drums. You remember you can add these to any of your tracks. So just because I'm using Beat 01 here, doesn't mean you can't do it to Rave 2020 Bass 01. So we'll try that. We'll go down. So you just click on the Bass 01, FX effects, and then add effect again. We can do exactly the same one. Put the driver on that. And then it's going to follow that. So you don't need to. What are you worried about, Natalia? Oh, about the passwords. Yeah, these things sort themselves out.
Sorry, Mr. Evans. Yeah, guys. Good, nice, Miriam. Thank you very much, Natalia T. Listen, what we're going to do for now, if we can't get in, we're going to focus on the lesson with Mr. Evans. I'll have a look at it afterwards. All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, guys. So we're going to go back. I'm just going to take the distortion off the bass for now. But as I said, you can add it to literally anything. So there's no limit on how you can do it. There's no real proper right way of doing it even. Just experiment to see what you like and see what kind of sounds good in your head. And it's Mr. Evans, Miriam Evans. So, but we're going to go through just adding 2 more different types of effects, just like we did last week. So we're going to go down to Synth 01. So I'm going down to Rave 2020 Synth 01. Back to our FX effects. And this time we are going to let's add the reverb. So I'm going to plug it back into the audio so you can hear what I'm doing here. All right, so that's. I'm glad everyone likes it. Yeah, it's good, simple. It's good samples they've got here. Yeah, use it. These are all things that you can look at yourselves and add them into your own tracks. Basically, the way it does is you can literally drag and drop these into the track at any time. Miriam will be back next week at the same time, so we'll make sure we can get it working that time. Don't you worry. Okay, so we've done reverb here, so we're just gonna go one last one, and we're gonna go with our delay. So I'm just gonna take this off. We're gonna go same one with the synth. I'm just gonna turn this off. You can use both. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but just for this example, we're just gonna go one each. So, and then we're gonna go for the filter echo. So this, you'll have, instead of the reverb, you can just get rid of it as well if you like, but just as long as it's not on at the moment. And then I'm just going to play through what the delay, what the echo makes a difference of. So exactly the same thing as before, but instead of the reverb, we've got the echo there now. Yeah, so you can hear exactly what the echo is doing there. We're sort of doubling up or copying the sound. So it's just playing another same version of that. Thanks, guys. Now, see, this is the sort of thing you guys can do this just as easily. This is, by the end of this, you guys will be making much, I wouldn't say better, but different stuff than this. The keys, Gabriella, just what do you mean by that? Do you mean the keys here, like keys 0, 1? Oh, well, they keys stand for keyboards. So normally they might be pianos or something like that. Basically, the keys here are, that's a piano. Not that. Okay. Well, there's loads of different types. So can you guys hear the music there when I play it? Because I'm not too sure if I can hear what I can hear from this side. Oh, great. Well, that makes life easier. So yeah, we can. I mean, again, with the delay works very well on keys specifically. So the ones that I'm using here, the samples, the last one is called Rave 2020 Keys 1. So if you just follow my cursor, it's in the middle right now. Just going to go over to here where Rave 2020 Keys 1 is. And then you've got 4 different options there, if you so wish. There's keys 1, 2, 3, and 4. But just for now, well, we're gonna we can leave the keys in. Don't mind. It makes life a little bit more interesting, I guess, for everyone. To not listen to the same thing again and again. The last one is called keys 01, is what I've got here. And it's like that. That's what it sounds like for me. Yep, so it's just over here, Rave 2020 keys 01. It's just this one under here. It's just under FX01. Just over here. It'll be from the same place that you took the other samples from. So I'm aware. I just want to go through. That's just kind of what we did last time. Just want to show you something really quick that kind of will make your tracks more your own. And then at the end, we're going to try and bring it all together. And then if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about arrangements, pieces like that. So for now, we're gonna get a little bit more complicated. So those of you who know what this is about, those of you who already know what this is about, just try and follow along. If not, I'm going to go through it pretty slowly. So just let me know if you have any problems with this, and then we can go back over it. Just going to go back. What's the last one called? The keys one. This one here. It's key 01. This one. Yeah, so it's just, Natalia, it's just over here on the right. So key 01, at least on my screen anyway. But remember, you can use any of these. Just because I'm using these doesn't mean it's exactly right. So just, experiment. But what we're going to go now is, sorry. What we're going to do now is basically we're going to add our first instrument to this. So before we've been using samples, and now you're going to kind of make your own drums. Or I'm going to show you how, and then you can just play around with it. As always, try and start simple, and we're going to build up from here. So we are going to mute. Remember, I showed you guys how to mute something before. So it's solo and mute. At the moment, we're going to mute our drums. So it should sound like this. So we've taken the drums out. What we've done there is we've clicked M. You can delete them if you like, but just for now, let's just take the drums out. So we're muting the drums. So I'm just show you that again. So this is how it sounds before. And now we're going to click mute. So now it sounds like this. So that's what we got at the moment. Has everyone taken the drums away from their songs? Just let me know if you want me to show you how to do that again. Nice one, Nathaniel. Well done, mate. Okay, so what I've done just there is before. Okay, well done, Tanya. One, nice one. So I've just. I'm glad you like it, Miriam. So we're just going down immediately now, and we're just muting these. So before there, nothing's muted. See, there's no blue there. I'm just going to click on Rave 2020 Beat 01. Now they're gone. Oh, Kevin, nice one, man. So just assume that everyone's muted their drums, or at least are following me on here. What we're going to do is we're going to do something which we haven't done before. We're going to add track. So this is where it gets a little complicated. So just try and follow me here. If not, I'll go over it again. So don't worry at all. But just for now, we're going to go to add track, which is in the top left here. Make that a little bit bigger so you can see it. So we're going add track, which is just here. Just next to the loop button that we have. So we're adding a track, and this is the first time that we're going to use something other than loops. So a new area and new learning here, but we're going to go to drum machine. Now, Clifford, I know you've got a MIDI keyboard, so you can actually probably play the drums with your keyboard. That's not what we're going to look at today. I will go over some MIDI stuff later. But if you want to do that and you know what you're doing, feel free. But maybe try and follow along with this as well, because this is this sort of sequencing stuff. This is really important for things like hip hop, sort of chill wave, sort of loose beats like that. So this is what it is. So you're probably going to see something like this, and then we just want to go down to instruments. Then this is going to pop up just at the bottom here. I'm just going to make that. So you should all be seeing this sort of more colorful area here. This is what we call a sequencer. Just let me know if you guys have found that. If not, I'll just go through it again really quick. So just to reiterate, we went to add track and then drum machine. And then I've got two now. I just want one, I think. Yep, now it's just trying to tell it. Yep. There's no yellow thing on your screen. Okay. By yellow thing, do you mean the drum machine here, or do you mean the... Okay. Well, did you add the instrument? So I'll just go through that again. So we're just going to add track and then drum machine. It should bring it up something like this. Mine is yellow and green. They might... Okay. So you just don't have this section here. That's fine. We're going to make our own anyway. So just let me know that you've got the instrument, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're not actually going to use these. We're going to make our own. Okay, perfect. So first thing we're going to do is get rid of their stuff. So we're going to click on that and delete. We don't need it. We're going to make our own. So remember, that's just there. Just clicking on that, and then you can right click. Ooh, not like that. Right click. And then delete as well, whichever one's easier for you guys. And you should be left with something that looks like this at the bottom. So this is where it kind of gets maybe a little bit more complicated, and I'm just going to go through it pretty slowly. Just let me know how you guys get on with it, and then we're going to build up from there. So, but don't worry if you have any questions. Just let me know. Don't worry at all. Right. So basically, every part of this. So you see, we've got these. Well, looks like 8. Yeah, 8 different. These are just different parts of a drum kit. So here, your kick, snare, clap, electric snare, cowbell. No, Nathaniel, you don't need to. For now, I'm just going to use one. Now, if you want to use 2, there's nothing wrong with that. But for now, just follow me with 1. And then if you want to add another one later, then I would do that. So just 1 for now. I'll get rid of the other one. That is confusing, to be fair. So you should just look like this. And then if we press play, you'll see that each one of these circles is when part of the instrument will play. So I'm just going to press play. So that should be playing. You should be able to hear that. And that's just different parts of the drum kit playing across. So that's just what they started with. Now, we don't need to do that. We can make our own. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through it really quickly, just show you what I mean. And then we're going to go through it more slowly with each of you. So I'm just going to show you really. So I'm going to right click and clear pattern. Let's do this. And then I'm going to start building in my own pattern. So one here, here, here. Just do something really simple for now. So it should sound like this. So if you guys feel comfortable following along, please do that. So we're just clearing pattern. So we're right-clicking, clear pattern, and then we're just drawing in those kick drums. So just one here, one here, one here, one here. So it should sound like this. Now I'm just going to start adding things.
Why do you have them on the one on every beat?
Okay, yeah. So in terms of every square you see there is a 16th of a bar. So we're gonna in all of these we're going through 1 bar worth of stuff. So you can see all these square boxes are a sort of a mathematical small part of the bar. So everything is in time at the moment. So we're just adding. So you can take away 2 of them, and then it's going to be. And then I can show you when we build it in, you can see exactly where these beats are in MIDI format, which some of you might know about, some of you might not, but we're going to cover it anyway. So just to go back to where we were. And you don't need to put them in these squares, but for now, this is what we're going to do. But you don't always remember, music is about experimentation, doing it your own way, but this is just how I'm going to do it. So we're going to go back to there. See, that's where, do you guys see what I'm doing there? I'm adding little bits as we go. So we've got the kick drum, and then I'm adding the clap. Let me know, guys, let me know how that you're going on with that, whether or not you're following me here, if you want me to go over everything again. Just, so where are you guys at with this, with the drum machine at the moment? Perfect, guys. Yeah, well, well, everyone for following. I know it can be a little bit complicated, but I'm just going to keep going with this, and then at the end we'll bring it all together, and then we'll just try and figure out sort of where everyone is, and then we can set some homework to see if you guys can follow it over. So I'm just going to start that again, and then we're going to clear pattern, go back. Remember, we're just building it as we go, and then we're going to, so it sounds like this. Back to our normal drum pattern. Then add in our claps. And then you can really build it up from there. So at the moment, this is the hi-hat. So it's going to go. So you see we're building this up as we go. So you can add in, remember you've got all of these things to do here. So you can. So we're building up as we go. So let's keep it nice, simple. We'll just use 3 things so far. So we've got the hi-hats, claps, and the drums. So assuming everyone's kind of got something a bit like that, then we're going to take is we're going to add a here. So there we go. And it's just and it's put it into our track now. So what we've done here is we've taken this beat here and put it all the way back into our track. So now should, in theory, be able to hear that. So now you can hear it's in our track. Put it across. So we've added our own drums into the track there. So now we're not using the drums we did before. Those are all our own drums now. So let me know where everyone else is on this sort of section at the moment. Has everyone managed to do that? Or are we or are we sort of? Would you want me to go through this again? I know it is a little bit complicated, so just let me know, guys. I'm just going to do. I'm going to add in 2 types of drum beats here. So just let me know how you guys are going with the drum machine, and we can go back over anything if you like. Kevin Clifford, how are we doing with that? Are we following this, or do you want me to do anything else again with it? Obviously, we can make it more complicated. We can add in effects as well.
I think Clifford had a bit of a technical issue. I haven't seen him in this room, but his computer was being a bit slow, unfortunately. Miriam Matale, don't worry, I'm going to help you after Mr. Evans' lesson, so don't worry about it for now. Kevin, how was your music coming along? We know that you were able to log in. Let us know. So Nathaniel, Natalia B, Luke, Kevin, and Dominic, and Gabriella, how did your music come up? Did you see yours? Did yours come through? Were you able to do the drum machine? Okay, good. Nathaniel's going really well. I think maybe next week, those of you that want to show how far you've done at the moment, I think we can have a look at that next week, if that's all right with Mr. Evans, of course.
Yep, absolutely.
And show, and then Mr. Evans can see where you're going wrong, where you're going right, maybe give you some tips on whatever, etc. But I think it'd be good to see how much work you guys have done, so that we can know whereabouts you are at the moment in reality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but we can, and we can go one further with that. I can put some examples online. I don't know whether we can add them into the teaching resources from this, or whether they could be emailed to you. But you can basically, I can set up a load of tracks for you guys, and then you can actually access them and edit them as much as you want. So you can make them your own, really, after that. But I can just leave them up for you guys to play around with. I'll leave the links in the description for the lesson, and I'll give you a brief idea how to do that.
I think that's a fantastic idea at the end of the course to give them the links to the lesson, so they can go in and then fly away with their little birdies.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. So we'll look at that afterwards, but for now we'll just focus on.
Gabriella, definitely save it, please, because you're obviously going to come back next week and continue this lesson with Mr. Evans. I think we have at least 2 more left.
Yeah, but always save every 5 minutes, guys. There's nothing worse than losing a load of stuff. Trust me.
We've all been through it, though.
Yeah, we've all been learning process. It's a learning.
Okay, good. Well done, Tanya. Tanya saved it. Gabriella, have you saved yours? Yeah, I think we'll wrap it there. Is that all right with you, Mr. Evans? Did you have any more that you wanted to go through?
No, I think that's a pretty good place to stop. Remember, so just to wrap everything up, remember we've added all our samples from before. We've looked at adding the effects for them, and now we've added our own drums. Again, you don't need to do it exactly the way that I'm doing it here, but try and keep it simple for now, and then we can all sort of look at things as they evolve later. But yeah, that's pretty much, and yeah, as always, as Mr. Hines said, remember to save it. Name it and save it.
Name it and save it. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the shutdown video that I did.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do one for you, Mr. Evans, and call it Name It and Save It.
Name it and save it.
Guys, put a yes, put a Y if you want Mr. Evans to do a Name It and Save It video, similar to the shutdown video. We've got loads of yeses already, so
it'll happen.
Name it, save it.
It'll be a big collab at the end.
Exactly. Then I can come in at the end and do. And don't forget to shut down.
Yeah, that's the debut album. You teach me.
I never grew up, did I? I never grew up.
It's too late now.
Yeah, true. That's good. It's good for business. Okay, guys. Do you like that one? Did you, Gabriella? Okay, guys. So, Mr. Evans has finished there. Like he said, like Mr. Evans says, name it and save it. And so make sure. Good. Well done, Natalia. If you all saved it, make sure you've all saved it. If you have all saved it, well done. We've got another lesson tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's with Miss Boucherini, going to be doing photo editing. But what I would like you to say to Mr. Evans now is a big thank you to Mr. Evans, because he's taught you how to put the music on loops. He's also taught you the effects, and now he's also taught you how to use the drum machine in detail. Okay, I know we went over them very briefly in class, but Mr. Evans is a professional and he's doing it really detailed. Okay, So you're really, really lucky to have him. So let's say a big thank you to Mr. Evans. Thank you very much, Mr. Evans.
Oh,
And
you're
I'll
welcome.
put I'll put you all in discussion mode so you can say thank you to Mr. Evans as well. Thank you. Yeah, well done, Tanya. Well done, Miriam. I really appreciate.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. Well done for everything you've done
Thank
today.
you, Miss